Thank you for visiting our channel. Please like, share and subscribe for more exciting food videos. Now that you've got the foundation, it's time to elevate your meatloaf with secret ingredients and techniques that take flavor to the next level. Let's take a closer look at the key ingredients that bring this all-American meatloaf to life. Start with ground beef, ideally an 80-20 mix. This balance provides the perfect blend of flavor and moisture, giving your loaf that tender, juicy texture every time. Next, the milk-soaked bread. This acts as both a binder and a moisture keeper, ensuring your meatloaf never turns out dry. Then, eggs, the essential binding agent. They hold the entire mixture together so it slices beautifully once baked. Now for the onions and garlic. These are your aromatics, the flavor base that gives the meatloaf its signature savory depth. Be sure to saute or grate them before mixing so they blend smoothly into the loaf. And finally, a splash of Worcestershire sauce. This little touch adds that deep, savory umami kick that makes every bite rich and satisfying. Together, these simple ingredients work in perfect harmony, the foundation of a classic, flavorful American meatloaf. If you take only one piece of advice today, let it be this. Never overmix your meatloaf. Overmixing activates the proteins in the meat, resulting in a tough, rubbery texture, similar to a dense hamburger patty. Follow these simple rules for mixing. Combine the binders, seasonings, and aromatics first until well blended. Add the ground meat mixture. Use your hands, it's messy but effective, and mix only until the ingredients are just combined. Stop immediately when no large pockets of unmixed ingredients remain. You can shake the meat mixture and bake it in a loaf pan or freeform it on a foil-lined baking sheet. Using a freeform method allows excess fat to drain away, which yields a slightly less greasy final product. Mastering the signature tangy glaze. The sweet, tangy glaze is non-negotiable for true American meatloaf. It forms a lovely, slightly caramelized shell that adds necessary color and flavor contrast to the savory meat. A simple, perfect glaze includes ketchup as the base, brown sugar for sweetness and color, and a touch of vinegar or mustard, like Dijon or dry mustard, for tang. Do not apply the glaze right at the start of baking. If you do, the sugar will burn long before the meatloaf finishes cooking. Apply the glaze about 15 to 20 minutes before the loaf is scheduled to be finished. This allows it to set and adhere without turning black. Troubleshooting and pairing meatloaf with classic side dishes. Even experienced cooks run into a few common meatloaf issues. Knowing how to fix them ensures a successful meal. How to avoid soggy or dry meatloaf mistakes. The two main failures are meatloaf that is either too soggy or intensely dry. If your loaf is too soggy, you may have added too much liquid, excess milk or broth, relative to the dry binder breadcrumbs or crackers. Next time, slightly increase the breadcrumbs or gently squeeze excess milk from the soaked bread before mixing. If your loaf is too dry, you likely used meat that was too lean, for example, 93/7 ground beef. Stick with the 80-20 ratio for optimal moisture. Always use a reliable meat thermometer. Meatloaf is done when the internal temperature reaches 160 degrees Fahrenheit. Crucially, you must let the loaf rest for 10 minutes after removing it from the oven. This resting period allows the juices to redistribute, guaranteeing maximum moisture when sliced. Serving the perfect plate, traditional American sides. Meatloaf demands classic comfort sides that complement its rich, savory flavor. These pairings are traditional for a reason. They turn a simple entree into a complete, deeply satisfying meal. Here are the traditional American sides. Mashed potatoes. They are fluffy, buttery, and absolutely perfect for soaking up any runoff from the glaze or any pan juices. Green beans. Often steamed or sautéed with bacon and garlic, they offer a fresh, slightly crisp contrast to the dense meat. Corn on the cob or creamed corn. A standard sweet pairing that balances the savory main dish. A simple house salad. A light, Vinegary dressing on a simple salad provides a necessary acidic cut through the richness of the meatloaf. The sheer simplicity and nostalgic appeal of this meal make it an ideal centerpiece for family dinner. Meatloaf is not just an easy and affordable meal, it is a timeless American tradition. By focusing on the right fat content, using proper binders, and adhering to the gentle hand mixing rule, you guarantee a tender, flavorful loaf every time. Now that you know the secrets, try applying these simple methods to your next batch of USA meatloaf. Share your newfound cooking success or tell us about your family's favorite side dishes in the comments below. Let's keep the comfort food conversation going in this video. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe.